Let's talk about apps we use every day. My name is Dara, and this is Tech Explain. I got my Android phone here. It's a Nokia 7.2. Real cool device. It's got 14 megapixels camera. I hardly use. And I got apps running on the home screen, as you can see. I got lots of apps, and that is just my home screen. If you look, you will see I got apps running all through my device. But hey, these apps are a lot. Which ones of them do I actually use every day? Let us go through them one by one. I know for sure that I use WhatsApp a lot. I use Twitter, sometimes Facebook when I need to post, even though I have to go back to check. I use LinkedIn. I use Spotify quite a lot on my phone, and sometimes I use WordPress. But the usage of these apps might differ from me to you to the next person sitting beside you, and it's sort of a preference thing on the apps you install, the ones you decide you want to install. And let's talk about how these things actually impact the mobile device. For most people I interact with, their devices may not be as powerful as this, for some are more powerful than this. Some use the Samsungs, the OnePlus devices and such. Oh, by the way, I have an iPhone 7. It's arguable that the iPhone is one of the best phones on the planet. Yeah, I tend to agree to that because these devices a lot of power. I'm not trying to advertise between an iPhone or an Android. I'm just telling you my honest opinions of using these devices from day to day. Now, on these two devices, I have a sort of sync between them. So I use apps that cross-platform that are available on Android, iOS, along other devices. So for me, I can go out of the day without having to think about my laptops, which is sometimes kind of stressful, but I can basically do all my work on this device. I can remember some years back when I started using the computer, I think the RAM of my PC then was 128 megabytes. And I think that was even a lot compared to 10 years before that, 20 years before that. Now, this one has 8 gigabytes of RAM. That is 4 gigabytes less than the hard drive of my first computer. You can see we have actual very powerful devices in our hands these days, and that's what we got, right? So, for me, the apps I use every day would be WhatsApp, Twitter, my SMS, Teams if I need to chat with people instantly. So, because I work in organizations where we communicate a lot, always on the go trying to chat with my colleagues. Yeah, there's quite a number of those apps that I use. So, for you, you might not have so many apps like I do, but the essential apps that you use on your device are what is useful. When you're trying to get a device or trying to purchase another device or switching or upgrading on this sort of stuff, the choice of device and specs should actually be defined by the kind of apps you plan to use. For example, someone like me, I use apps that store up a lot of memory. So I normally will tend to buy devices that have higher specifications. But if your daily usage of apps don't necessarily require you to be able to use apps that talk a lot of power, yeah, you could use current devices, probably have phones that have 2 gigabytes RAM, 4 gigabytes RAM, and all sorts. But when you use these apps, what normally happens is that once you start an app, what happens is that it starts using memory from your RAM. So if you have a low RAM based device, what happens is that it starts dropping. So if you have many apps, when you realize the phone starts to slow down. Of course, processor is also another thing that affects the smooth running of applications. But so if you start from, let's say I have 50 apps running on this phone, now let me actually count the number of apps I have on. I got YouTube Studio, I got YouTube itself. No, oh, why did I do that? I got Twitter, WhatsApp, Google Photos, Dropbox. I got OT, OneDrive, Verve, Netflix, Gmail, Outlook, and Teams with another icon on the top. I don't know why. So, oh, I got a meeting. But anyways, I'll ignore that it's a test meeting. So, what the beauty of actually what just happened now is that these notifications I'm also able to see it on my phone. which is awesome because I symbol my calendars on one device. So that's what I said when I mean that I can go. That's what I mean when I say I can go with my phone all day to actually make stuff happen as long as I have power and do stuff. So what happens is your device starts to use this RAM, and then it starts getting slow, it starts in power. So sometimes I realize that I also start getting odd times the processor is doing a lot of work. So sometimes what should happen is that you slow down on the usage of these things. Also, one maintenance culture I actually do is that I make it a point of duty to actually clear my running apps on my phone this way so that it doesn't go up memory. So the main difference for me between Android and iPhone is that on the iPhone, the memory usage is actually way better in my opinion. The way it uses the RAM and memory. So on my iPhone, I could have multiple apps, but I just started it up today, so there's not many apps. But I could have apps that are stacked for months or weeks on this device, and my device will perform optimally. But when coming to the Android, if you now have as many apps as I have running on an iPhone there, it will be a lot of difference. So depending on the kind of work you do, the kind of people you interact with every day, you decide what kind of phone you get, what kind of apps you use, and you get my point, right? So that is it. So know the apps you use. So if you're not using apps, so if you realize you've not used some app for weeks at stretch, it might simply mean the app is really not that important. For example, let me see. I have an app here called Designer. I'm not sure I've opened that app in 2-3 months. So it really has nothing doing there. So what I should do is uninstall it. Even though it's not really affecting me right now because I have one of memory to play around with, but I should just get rid of it. What did I happen like frequently here? I'll just leave them. They're not really hurting me. But once the time that this come, you try to remove the app that are actually not working. So also what I advise is try not to download apps you know you will not use. Especially if you even are treating with ourselves, we have to mostly use the WhatsApp. If you're a Snapchatter, use Snapchat a lot, Twitter. So for me, if I only have WhatsApp, Twitter, email, and my Teams on this phone, I'm good to go because really I don't really open the many apps except they need to be, except my banking apps. That's what I use every day. So that's today's episode of Tech Explained. I hope I've been able to share some insights with you. If you have questions or topics you'd like me to talk about, try to put them in the comments below, and also try to subscribe so you can get notifications when I post new videos up in here. Thank you very much for watching.